Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to a Transportation Tuesday on Adventures for Anyone. And today we're going to head out to Brooklyn and we're going to look at another shuttle, and this is going to be the Franklin Avenue Shuttle. Now, we're all used to the shuttle that goes from Grand Central over to Times Square and the Mega Station. It comes in really handy, it's convenient, and it's a great way to get that little way and catch your train. But over here in Brooklyn, we have this 4-stop shuttle. And it's so far out, it barely appears on the map I normally use when I'm talking about the subway. So here we have a shuttle. It goes from Prospect Park to the Botanical Garden to Park Place to Franklin Avenue. Now, it is different from the other shuttle in that this is an elevated train track over here in Brooklyn on the Franklin Avenue Shuttle. The other shuttle is underground, like most of the subway system, and this is part of the subway system, but it is entirely an elevated train. It is in Brooklyn. It was easier to build it that way. And you're going to have some views, like them or not, out the window when you ride this shuttle. Now, one of the big questions is, why is it here? Well, back in the 1960s, they discovered that they had a minor inconvenience in that a lot of the subway systems run in and out of Manhattan. They run all around Manhattan, and then they head out into the boroughs. And what happens, as you can see, we've picked the shuttle up here at the Prospect Park station, and we're going across. And this thing, it runs through a lot of backyards of apartment buildings and over streets and this kind of thing. But what they wanted in Brooklyn was a way to connect some of these subway lines so that you could transfer without going all the way or part of the way back to Brooklyn just to get on a different subway train. So our second stop here on the Franklin Avenue Shuttle is at the Botanical Garden. And if you know anything about Metro North, you know that the Botanical Garden in the Bronx has its own station on the train line. Botanical Gardens are great. It's good to have a station there, and that's where that Botanical Garden station is. So this shuttle was designed to connect the B&Q line to the 4 and 5 Green line, and on the Franklin Avenue end you find the ACE lines. Actually, could be all three, I don't remember. Definitely the C. So you go across here, like I said, it's got 4 stops. It's a short ride. You get to see a lot of Brooklyn. I mean, this is real life Brooklyn. It's not like in New York when you're looking at all of the great skyscrapers and whatever. And at Park Place too, you're above ground. You're always above ground on this shuttle. It only takes this shuttle about 15 minutes to run. It connects 4 subway lines without having to go backwards towards Manhattan to do it. It's just a really, really convenient train. So this thing accesses the B and the Q. It accesses the 2 and the 3, the 4 and the 5, the A and the C. So it gives you a lot of access to switching your train to go where you need to go on out in Brooklyn without having to backtrack almost or entirely to Manhattan to do it. So this was what it was convenient for. Now, over the years, they tried to run a long train on this line. It just wasn't feasible. There's only so much traffic, but it's necessary. So what happened was that they finally got it together back in the 1990s. It's a little 2-car train that runs back and forth. So you've got 2 of them. They go to, they go from. This is how they work. Just like that little shuttle over at Grand Central. And here is the end of it. This is where you come to Franklin Avenue. It's the end of the line for this shuttle. You have gone from yellow, orange, and red through green over here to the A and the C over at Franklin Avenue. And the great part of this is, and you'll see it, you didn't see it on the other end because I came into it as a transfer. And you transfer right on the platform over at Prospect Park. But here at Franklin Avenue, you got those beautiful mosaics up there. But what you have here is you have your automatic transfer. You head down all of these steps and you go down to the underground subway, the A and the C, and then you go on your way to wherever you are going. Now, I happen to be going on over to catch the G, which will be another little video at some point, because it's another unusual subway, goes from Brooklyn to Queens, doesn't go back to Manhattan either. So we're going to be taking a look at a couple of these little connectors, and this is the Franklin Avenue Shuttle. And it is designed to do exactly that, take you across Brooklyn to catch your subways without having to backtrack towards or to Manhattan. It's a great little system they've got going on there. There's some great neighborhoods as well that this shuttle connects, great places to stop. The ride isn't super scenic, but that's not its purpose. Its purpose is to cut through those backyards of those apartment buildings and get you to the different subways that you might need to access. So all I can say about this is that it's the price of a subway ride. You're still using your Omni card, you're still riding the subway, and it's getting you where you need to go. So if you happen to be out in Brooklyn and you want to go from one section of Brooklyn to another, you may want to catch this shuttle, this little 4-station stopper that runs across all these subways to help you get around. And once again, thank you for joining me today. We'll talk more about subways next week, and I hope you enjoy your day, your week, and hopefully there's no more snowstorms.
Hi, I'm Terry. Thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone, and join me again in the future and like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And I can teach you where to go in the Northeast, how to have fun, and how to travel the way I do, which is as a budget traveler. Thank you again. Have a great day.